TILLO Swimrun World Series is presented by Garmin, Camps at Nature and Head.
The last stop of the TILLO Swimrun World Series on the way to the TILLO Swimrun World Championship in September is back in Switzerland in Engadin.
It is really nice to come here back to the Silvaplana and to the Engadin Valley, because the first year when we were here, people didn't know what we were doing, and now we're marking the course and people stop you, they want to ask about the race.
People saw the runners in wetsuits and swimming with their shoes on, and it was kind of excited, and now people start to ask for it, when will it be again? And I think it's become a big thing with the years, but I think we also have potential to even get bigger.
We are ready.
At the start, up in the Maloja Pass, close to the Italian border, the teams are getting ready and fixing the final details. The tension is almost tangible.
Totally different race to the Isles of Scilly. There was a lot more swimming, it was in the sea, which we're used to, whereas here we're obviously at altitude and there's a lot more running.
And this is our first swim run, so we hope to enjoy this beautiful place here.
Yeah, a little bit nervous, I would say.
I'm afraid.
No, it's okay.
The race is on, and the athletes are facing more than one marathon distance of running, with the addition of almost 6 kilometres of swimming. The course runs in the northeast direction through the Engadin Valley, via Sis, Silvaplana, and the turning point down in St Moritz, before setting back to the finish in Silvaplana. This third qualifier race also has 18 places up for grabs at the World Championships. 160 teams from more nations than ever before are taking part in this year's event.
It's become a more international field, and we have a lot of French, a lot of Germans, and people from all over the world, but mostly Central Europe now, which is fantastic to see the development of the sport of swimrun.
The race, which starts with a 350 vertical metre ascent, treats the athletes already on the start loop to some spectacular views.
They run up a hill, they come down to the Kavlochos Lake, which is it's a small mountain lake, but it's just magic up there. And I think racers that haven't done this race before, they will see how special it is.
Just before the race's second swimming leg, the strong mixed team Daniel Hansen and Christine Larsson of Sweden, and winners from Utah, managed to pass the German duo Andre Huck and Wolfgang Grohe. Here they are taking over the lead. It's a lead they hold on to until the first energy station, and they bring home the sprint prize. The Germans win the men's sprint prize. The ladies in the current lead and winners of the class sprint prize, team number 402, Swedish pair Sally Karlfjord and Charlotte Eriksson. Next for the teams is the major climb up the green alpine slopes above the village of Isala.
This year's race, the conditions are very good, because they have had a dry summer, so the trails are dry, and the water temperature it's cold, but it's still okay. It's 13 degrees. So I think we will have a fast race, and now when it's getting more and more competitive, I think it will be a tight race as well.
The swim across to Chasta is 800 metres long. From here, the course follows a fine forest trail in from the Chasta Peninsula and out across the large lush fields, from which the teams reach the race's first significant village.
My favorite part on the course is in the middle of the course. It's when you reach the fantastic village, Sils.
Energy.
And then you run up the hill. And then when you get up on the plateau, it just opens up and you have a big glacier in the background. You have old farm countries and you meet grazing cows along the trail, and it's just Switzerland.
Here we see the winning mixed team from the Isles of Scilly event, Martina Ågren and Oscar Davidsson, running down for the fourth swim. Take note of the quick transition from land to water. It was textbook. This particular skill is crucial in this type of competition, as swimrun usually includes many changes in and out of the water. This is where you can tell the difference between the experienced fast teams from those who've only just taken up the sport. The race continues past Silverplana and Suoley, an oasis for action sports in both summer and winter. The camping and sports centre down by Lake Silverplana is the hub for kite surfing, windsurfing and sailing in the local area. And here at the descent into the race's longest swimming leg, the 1,400 metres across Lake Chamfey, many of the locals have gathered to watch the swimrun competition.
You need a lot of endurance, and there is a huge amount of sportsmanship also. The competitors, they love to run and swim in the nature, and therefore I think the Engadin Valley is predestined to host this really fantastic event. And our goal is that the competitors, they fall in love with our valley and come back also for some other occasions.
In the classic ski resort of St. Moritz, the teams are covering another monster swim. First team out of the water with as much as a 13-minute lead are mixed team Daniel and Christine. Christine, who also won last year's ladies class. The new team in second place and leaders of the men's class at the turning point in Lestaz are Swiss athletes Igor Nastic and Jean-Marc Cattori, the duo who finished second last year. Lestaz is an idyllic resort with summer cafes, swimming and quiet walking areas a few kilometres from St. Moritz. It's here where teams complete the shortest swimming leg across the small lake and get out of the water and into the energy station. Sally and Charlotte hold on to their lead in the ladies' class, running past on their way back to the finish in Silverplana. This is the event's longest running leg on the road back between Lestaz and the final swim back to Lake Chamfey. There is nothing to stop the Swedish mixed team Daniel Hansen and Christine Larsson from making a clean sweep in this year's edition of the TILLO Swimrun Engadin. The phenomenal teamwork they've shown, demonstrating great strength in both running and swimming, has been key to them crossing the finish line at the sports centre in Silverplana. They send their paddles into the air and record the overall victory in a time of 6 hours, 14 minutes and 17 seconds. A sensational performance.
I'm speechless. I'm just so happy. It's unbelievable.
A quarter of an hour later, after a well-carried-out race, the Swiss team Igor Nastic and Jean-Marc Cattori crossed the finish line as winners of the men's class.
And I think sometimes with the friendship, happiness, the joy, you can reach great results. And this is the meaning of the sport.
Shortly thereafter, followed by Andre Hook and Wolfgang Grohe. Another Swiss team, Gilbert Cavadon and Daniel Bess, also secure a place in the World Championship. Following the success in the Isles of Scilly, Martina and Oscar take second place in Engadin in the mixed class. Elfie Arnaud and Tom Relit of France finished third, also qualifying for the Worlds. Sally Carlfjord and Charlotte Eriksson carry out a magnificent race, staying together as leaders throughout most of the course, and go on to win the ladies' class in 7 hours, 17 minutes and 54 seconds.
It's so awesome to get to do this with your best friend.
And we didn't expect to win today.
No.
The French team Lee Starfoy and Marion Perch reached Silvaplana in second. So, as the teams leave the Engadin Valley and this scenic alpine country behind, we're already looking forward to next year's race. The World Series has seen 3 races completed over the course of 6 weeks, and all 24 places to the Yrtele Swimrun World Championship in September have been allotted.
TILLO Swimrun World Series is presented by Garmin, Campsite Nature and Head.